Hi, I'm David Himelfarb, managing partner of Himelfarb Przansky. For a slip and fall accident, a person can be entitled to a settlement and medical care, but exactly what is that comprised of? So people are entitled to pain and suffering damages. That's supposed to compensate people for having gone through the indignity of having suffered a slip and fall accident and the pain, the suffering thereafter, if they've undergone surgeries, having to undergo a surgery, obviously, and then all of the rehab afterwards. And if there are limitations that the person has in the future, in other words, if the injury has a permanent effect on them, that they're unable to conduct a normal life, that it bites into their ability to earn a livelihood for themselves and their family. If it takes away hobbies, sports, these are things that go directly to the quantity and the quantum of a pain and suffering award. But in terms of pain and suffering, people should know that we're not unlimited in terms of how much we can get people. Unfortunately, in 1978, the Supreme Court of Canada placed a cap on pain and suffering awards to be handed out across our great nation in every province, in every court. And in 1978, the Supreme Court of Canada limited pain and suffering damages to $100,000. So they allow it now every year to be increased for the cost of living, and every year the Supreme Court of Canada will publish exactly what that $100,000 is in today's money. And as of the date of me speaking to you, it's about $370,000, and it will increase every year for the cost of living. So think about that for a second. That $100,000 in 1978 is now $375,000. That's the maximum amount that people can get for pain and suffering. Most people don't understand that until they go see a well-schooled, experienced personal injury lawyer who knows all of this and will explain that to the client. But pain and suffering damages are certainly something that you would expect. In addition to pain and suffering damages, you'd be entitled to financial losses, any financial loss. For instance, if you're off work for a month, 8 months, 10 months, a year, if you continue to be off work, if you've lost job opportunities, if you were in school and didn't graduate on time and you're now delayed entry into the marketplace, if you were offered a job and you couldn't take it because you had the accident, these are all situations that you would be compensated for your financial losses, and they may have far-reaching implications. And we have built up a network of experts to help us quantify exactly what those losses will be in the future. Because when it comes to financial losses, we want to make sure that we adequately, appropriately, professionally identify what those are for our clients. And so we have economists, accountants that are well-schooled in terms of being able to put all of this information into a report form so we can get it to the defendant and insurance company. You could rest assured that all of the financial losses that you suffer or potentially may suffer, we can actually help you understand what financial losses you may actually suffer in the future as a result of your injury. We will document these financial losses because we know how to build a winning case. We know how to make sure that we can maximize your settlement. And properly understanding a financial loss is extremely important. So in addition to the financial losses, we also are looking at future treatment costs. For instance, if someone needs physiotherapy in the future, if they're going to have surgeries in the future to repair something, then these people are going to be subjected to future treatment costs. And what we're able to do is get all of that paid for as well. And include those in the claim. In slip and fall cases also, OHIP has to be paid back. So if you see any doctors, most people don't understand this, but OHIP has a claim for all of the doctors that you've seen as a result of the injuries for your slip and fall accident. OHIP has been billed by those doctors, and so we have to actually notify OHIP that there's a claim, and then that claim for all of the doctors that you've seen over the years after your accident for accident-related injuries, those doctors' bills through OHIP will be included in your claim. There's also, lastly, you're entitled to housekeeping expenses that you may be exposed to, and handyman services. For instance, a man who maintains his property, the outside of his property, and he can't cut the grass and he can't shovel the snow anymore, or he used to get up on the roof and do things, and all these types of handy services that people might be doing. You may have to hire someone in the future for that, and so those sorts of claims would also be included. But rest assured, there are all sorts of claims that can be included. Anything that reasonably is incurred by people as a result of an accident should be compensated for in the lawsuit. And we make sure that any out-of-pocket expenses are properly covered, and all future losses are going to be properly covered. We want to make sure that our clients get a very good settlement, and we start from day one building that winning case for you. If you've been involved in a personal injury slip and fall accident, find out what your claim is worth today through our personal injury calculator at himpro.ca, or call one of our experienced personal injury lawyers at 1-855-446-7765.